We're good.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight on Eastern Arizona Courier. It's football season. I'm Dave Davies. That's Mark Spurs. We're in Bulldog Country tonight, Safford, Arizona. Yeah. We are going to kick this off. Thursday Night Lights. They host the Morenci Wildcats. Mark, I know you've been waiting for a long time for this. Yes. It's time.
I'm so excited. I have goosebumps right now. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I love football, and this is my favorite time of the year. Even though I'm a summer person, football has that over my favorite season. And I mean, technically, football season is my favorite season. And you said
whose is it not?
You said Bulldog. We're in Bulldog Country. The only Bulldog Country I've really been in was Douglas. So it's cool to see another Bulldog, and they have a great field as well with the Bulldog turf field, just like Douglas. I'm so excited. And the crowd on both sides. The turnout is amazing.
They're lined up out the door, my friends. The bands, we have bands for both schools tonight. They look amazing. Yeah. They sound amazing. But we're here for football.
We are.
Mark, let's start with the traveling team, the Morenci Wildcats. Yes. Winning record last year, lost a lot of players. We know their modus operandi. Tell us a little bit about Morenci.
I mean, they're very young. A lot of freshmen on their roster. They have a bigger roster, though, than Safford on paper, but a lot of freshmen. So to me, it's going to be, can these freshmen, I don't know if freshmen are going to get a lot of playing time, if they're just there for depth, but it's going to be a lot of their thing. They're going to have to step up and fill some big shoes. And Safford, I think, is going to be ready for that.
Well, I've noticed with the Morenci head coach, we interviewed him earlier in the day.
We got national anthem.
Oh, folks, excuse us. We're going to jump behind the camera. We'll be right there. Oh my goodness.
Are you going to talk about Safford over here?
Oh, I'll just talk about this beautiful, beautiful backdrop that we have here.
You don't want to get back in camera?
We have this beautiful backdrop here in Safford, Arizona. But as Marcus, we were talking about, we interviewed the Morenci coach earlier today. He didn't even mention the quarterback. He mentioned 3 running backs and 5 offensive linemen. That tells you what you need to know about the Morenci Wildcats.
And that it's nothing different than the past. It's the same thing with Wilcox. If it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Amen. And now let's talk about the Safford Bulldogs. Only 2-8 last year. Coach, we interviewed Coach earlier today. He mentioned that the quarterback went down earlier in the year. It was kind of a process. Safford's ready. They're back.
So is the quarterback back from last year that went down with the injury?
Well, he mentioned tonight our quarterback is going to be the junior, Parker Wisman. So that will be our quarterback tonight. But again, Safford football, after a year of, again, losing the quarterback early, Coach McNeil feels that they are absolutely ready to go and rebuild this Safford pride here in Bulldog Country. And folks, as we get this broadcast going, we are going to thank our sponsor tonight here on Eastern Arizona Courier. That's going to be Gila Valley Embroidery, custom shirts, custom hats, and I will say the nicest 2 owners of a business that you're going to meet. But boy, do they do fine work as well. So Gila Valley Embroidery is one of our main sponsors tonight as you enjoy this broadcast on Eastern Arizona Courier.
They do a lot for the local athletes and high schools around here. They do Letterman jackets and everything around this for these communities. Thatcher, Safford, Pima. I'm sure Morenci has some input from them. So it's great to see them give back so much to the community and giving us the ability to come out here to the Gila Valley area and cover these high schoolers the way we do in Cochise County.
Yeah, I mean, again, so happy to have Gila Valley Embroidery on board. My friends, throughout this game, you are going to see my email address on the screen. If you want to advertise during these games, and we have a lot of them, don't be afraid to reach out to me, Dave Davies. But let's get this underway. It looks like the Morenci Wildcats are going to receive the opening kickoff. Safford is going to go on defense first. Mark, I know if you're the home team, you like giving away the ball and starting the second half with it in your hands.
For sure. When you're the home team, you're going to go. I mean, it depends on how you are as a coach, really. Morenci getting the ball now, they could set the tone early. But that's the same thing to be said about Safford with defense. They could set the tone early.
Oh, yeah, I mean, folks, this is our opening kickoff of our 2026 football season here on Eastern Arizona Courier, Copper Courier Sports.
Let's see who cooks tonight.
Oh boy, we're going to find some future stars on the field this evening. Here it comes. Opening kick is underway. That kick's going to get to about the 15-yard line. Received by number 8, Jeremiah Cruz. He's going backwards and down at the 10-yard line. Great opening special teams play for the Bulldogs.
That is a tone setter from opening kickoff. You always wonder if the tone's going to be set on the kickoff or if it's going to be set on the first play of the game of the drive.
By Safford kickoff team. Morenci will look at first.
But yeah, it's definitely one of those things where you got to set the tone, and Safford came in to set the tone.
Yeah, Jeremiah Cruz ended up going backwards on the kick return, lost about 6 yards. So we're trying to get the number on our quarterback.
It looks like number 4.
Is number 4. It looks like he's
That's going to be Kyson Averill as our quarterback tonight.
Wrong one, sorry.
So Averill is going to pitch that thing out. That's going to be a sweep to the right side. Nice run to start the game for about 8 yards up to right. Power running. That's what Morenci does, Mark.
55's Cameron Dotson with that pull outside to be the lead blocker, opened that way up on the outside for him to get a positive gain of 8 yards, it looks like.
Exactly the play the Wildcats are looking for to get this thing started. That's going to set up a 2nd and short 2 for Morenci. Again, at quarterback tonight for Morenci, the young Kason Averill. We'll see how he can command this charge. And what we know, I mean, you're looking at it right now, 12 personnel, 12 package on the field, 2 tight ends, heavy package.
Well, they said before that they run the ball.
Man in motion. That's going to be a handout to the man in motion up the middle. And shoestring tackle brings him down at the 45. He almost had pay dirt, but on the back end of that, the Bulldogs saved it. But what a run for the Morenci Wildcats.
That hole in the middle was huge. He didn't get touched until the 2nd level, and that's why Morenci pounds the ball, because that hole they got big boys up front.
And Mateo Chavez, one of the players coach told to watch out for, the shoestring tackle maker on the back end of that to save the touchdown. But here we go, new set of downs on the 45 for the Wildcats. And they're going to show a lot of different running formations tonight. We're going to be an I formation here. 2 tight ends on the field. Receiver split out. Tight end in motion. That's going to be a hand up the A gap, right up the middle, but that's going to be stuffed for about 2 yards. 2nd and 8.
Took a couple plays for Safford to realize they're just going to pound the ball. And they loaded the box right there and made a big stop right there to force a 2nd and long.
We've already had somebody jump into our chat this evening, folks. This is an interactive broadcast. I will shout them out if I have the availability. Cindy Dixon saying, go Deegan Miller. Diana Perkins saying, go Wildcats.
Deegan Miller is a junior for the Morenci Wildcats, number 12.
Morenci fans are already representing hard in the chat, but it's easy to do because I believe that half of Safford is in these stands.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this crowd on the Safford side is full.
Oh, it is a big stadium, and it is getting full, as Mark said. 2nd and 8 coming up. Morenci, we're going to have change on the play call, and it looks like Josiah Vidal is the freshman and going to get some extra communication with coach. Of course, Morenci Wildcats head coach Frankie Gonzalez.
The white hat is over on the sideline, on Morenci's sideline. They're doing something with the chain, it looks like.
Oh, already.
But so the quarterback did go talk to his coach, but they have the white hat, the head official for the officiating crew tonight, is over there messing with the chains.
It is the first game of the year, so we all got to get our kinks out, and that includes our volunteer chain crews. Every stadium you go to in high school, these are volunteers, usually former coaches or alumni, but everybody's going to get their kinks out tonight. but I guarantee you by the second quarter, we are rocking and rolling in full gear, if not already. But when we do get this resumed, it will be 2nd and 8 for Morenci.
Uh-oh, now they're relaying the message over to the home sideline because it's the home's responsibility to make sure this chains work. So a chain might be broken. They're looking for the AD.
And of course, I mean, we had to meet the athletic director, Mr. Schering, earlier today. Nicest guy in the world. And of course, he's got to be over there like, really? Really? 3 plays? But we will get this under control.
The hospitality here has been amazing so far.
Natalie Montez in our chat saying, go Bulldogs. So there we go. Safford now representing.
Got a Safford fan. I like to see how the chat go back and forth.
The battle.
To see who has the bigger fan base.
You know what? We deal with every place we go to. We're in Benson tomorrow as they host the Bisbee Pumas. Every game we go to, we see who wins the battle of the chat.
Yeah.
And so far, but again, I'm not going to be able to keep count, folks, but it's 2-1 Morenci.
We don't have a ticker for that one.
No ticker for the chat. It looks like we are just hopefully about ready to get action underway here. Again, when we do, it will be 2nd and 8 Wildcats, and they will now be given their play clock, and here we go. So again, we've already seen right out of the gate with Morenci that heavy running offense, and it's even though it's like with the running teams, we can tell you that it's coming.
Yeah.
You still can't. Good luck stopping it.
There was the same thing with a team that we watched closely last year was with Benson. They knew Dawson was going to run or throw the ball, and they still couldn't stop a player like that.
Yeah, and so Morenci, very obvious. Even the coach in the pregame interview, very obvious on what he's going to do. I formation. 2 tight ends on the field, tight end in motion. That's going to be a direct snap up the middle, up the A-gap, and Safford is all over that one. Negative play, 3rd and very long coming up for the Wildcats.
They might need to do a little bit of a trick there because Safford's loading the box. They are not fooled by a dive up the middle, even if it was a fullback dive. They need to look outside here and there and change it up. Even if they're going to stick to the run game, change it up a little bit.
Yeah, and again, they did end up marking that at the original line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 8 coming up, and here goes the chat. Ronnie Alvarez saying, go Trojans. No Trojans here tonight. It's Wildcats and Bulldogs. Sarah Talley saying, let's go Wildcats. And Bill Ryan saying, let's go Greg Heffy. Go Wildcats. Oh, here we go. Still back in that run formation. Receiver up top. Head off up the middle. He's not going to get it. That is going to be a lot. That's going to bring us a 4th and a long 7. Morenci Wildcats.
They line up their wide receivers so wide it doesn't make sense to me why they wouldn't try and go outside because it's like they're banking off of that big hole that they got early in the drive, and all 3 times they've got 2 yards in 3 plays.
All right, folks, I will tell you how big this game is. We have a spattering of Wilcox Cowboys in here, including Ant-Man Morales and a couple of the coaches. They're here to do some scouting. So everybody's in the stadium tonight for Thursday Night Lights. Here comes a punt formation for Morenci. Looks like this drive is going to be stopped just short of the 50. Here comes the punt. Josiah Gonzalez on the punter. Nice punt. Down to the 25. Takes a big Wildcat bounce. Out of bounds around the 20. So Safford's going to have a long field to start their first possession.
I don't know how well that the returner is for Safford, but it wasn't a bad punt. It looks like that's where he wanted it to go, and it took a great bounce to put him inside the 20. Put him on the 20.
As we've learned over the years with our lower region high school football, special teams can be an adventure. So a good net punt of about 35 yards. Now again, that's going to set Safford up on the 20. Again, they are quarterbacked by the junior, Parker Wisman. He's going to start this thing in pistol. 4 wide receivers. They're going to spread it out early, but they're going to hand it off up the middle, and he's going to break the first line, past the 30, past the 40. Huge run for the Bulldogs down to the 46-yard line.
Great cut to the outside, made a man miss, and then took a little cut about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage and took it down the sideline and got that big gain.
And that's Andrew Baker, one of the star players that Coach McNeil pointed out. But yes, as Mark pointed out, again, makes that cut and gets that huge gain. That gets them up to officially the 48-yard line. New set of downs for the Bulldogs. Pistol formation, 4 receivers, showing a lot of passing looks. Man in motion, that's going to be quarterback keeper. He's going to keep that thing. Oh, hit hard at the line of scrimmage. Stop for about a 1.5 yard gain.
Now the quarterback kept the ball on. I don't know if it was a designed read, if he actually makes a read, or if he was told to keep it before. But he made a smart decision not to make the pitch because the outside linebacker was all over that pitch guy. And so even though he only got 2 yards, it's still a positive game where that if he would have made the pitch, it would have been a negative game.
And as you can see, as Mark pointed out, a lot of young players on Morenci, but well coached. Yeah, you said they had that one scouted. Back to that spread formation, 4 receivers, pistol for the quarterback, man in motion. That's going to be a pitch to the receiver in motion. And Morenci's all over it. We have our first flag of the season. The laundry's on the field. That looks like it's going to be holding, and that one's going to come back.
I mean, you got to set the tone early as the official, but I didn't really see a hold.
I didn't either, Mark.
They were all sandwiched up together, and the guy tried to run through a guy, and there was 2 linemen blocking right in front of him.
Safford will try once.
And folks, our jobs were so much easier. Thank you, our technical director and my co-broadcaster, Mark Spurs. That beautiful scoreboard on your screen with the clock, so I don't have to sit there at 7 minutes left. What a wonderful experience this has been with our team here at Eastern Arizona Courier, Copper Courier Sports. So here we go. That's going to set up a 2nd and 18. Wisman dropping back, looking to pass, immediately rush, he evades it. Going up the field, and that's caught by number 5 up the sideline. He's going up the sideline down to the 30-yard line of Morenci. That is going to be Mateo Chavez, the wide receiver.
Like we said in the beginning, the quarterback was a question for us. We had questions about quarterback. His presence right there, number 8 from Morenci came off the corner blitz, untouched, and he ran around. And then number 5 for Safford goes up the sideline like you're taught. And you see that normally at a higher level of football. Go up the sideline, let the linebacker who came over to cover you pick. And he made the wrong decision. The quarterback made a great decision.
A new set of downs in Wildcat territory. That's going to be a fake handoff. Quarterback keeper up the right side. He's got a hole. That's at least a first down. He's still on his feet. He's going all the way down to the 1 yard line. Goes Parker Wisman. 19-yard carry on the keeper.
Again, Parker with a great read. If it was designed read by him, if he made the call, great read. I'm going to give him the credit for the read. Kept the ball, saw the hole, and then ran through tackles and kept the legs moving. You get positive gain when you keep your legs moving.
And that is going to set them up on the door of the Wildcats. They are knocking on their first points of the season. Here come the Bulldogs. Wisman in pistol. Spread formation. Man in motion. That's going to be the slot receiver. He's just going to hand it off up the middle. Touchdown! Bulldogs! Andrew Baker punches it in.
You know,
26, Andrew Baker.
I mean, it was a give me from the 1 yard line. I'm kind of disappointed that the quarterback didn't get to score that. He got them all the way down there. But, you know, if he's the team leader, great team leader, don't play selfish. Give it to the person to give you the best possible way to score.
And here the fans are on their feet. And, boy, is there some football tradition in Safford, or is there some football tradition in Safford? The fans were as ready for this one as Coach McNeil was.
Yeah. And
here we go.
And the PAT's good?
And the PAT is good, I believe.
I saw the officials put their hands up.
So 7-0 Bulldogs to get this thing started.
Halfway through the first quarter, only 2 drives total. Look at the light show.
Oh, it's football season. Mark, I know you are the happiest man on earth right now.
I love it. It's amazing.
There might be one man happier than you, and that's head coach Stephen Ward right in front of us, because he might love football more than just about anybody.
Well, I mean, I think what he's happy about is to see Morenci not scoring and winning, going, okay, I know how to game plan for this. They're not going to see Safford. Even in playoffs,
Yes.
they will not see Safford.
Yeah, Safford is a 3A school. Morenci is a 2A school. But again, they are very close, so they are a rivalry. So, but all right, 7-0 Safford. Morenci had a good opening drive. Let's see if they can maybe sustain it to get themselves into Bulldog territory.
They just have to mix up that run game, inside, outside. Don't just go up in the middle.
1 yard touchdown run by Baker. And he
I mean,
actually started the drive
that's
on
very
his
old
38-yard
football.
run.
Is the running up the middle.
Punch it in,
Very
51
old
yard
school.
out.
The kicker for the Bulldogs is number 40, Gunnar Crockett, the sophomore. That's going to be a very good kick. Very good kick. And into the end zone. So that's going to give Morenci the ball at the 20-yard line. They will start their second possession.
I'm gonna bet that kicker is a soccer player for Safford.
Yeah, there was a. Oh, I might have gotten the number wrong.
40.
Oh, yeah, I did get the number wrong.
48 or 46.
And we have neither of those.
Oh no.
So we're just gonna assume that it's Gunnar Crockett, but we don't know. But
Well,
either
no,
way,
it is right there. 40. He's got his back to us. He's
okay.
got water.
Okay. I'm getting a little blind to my old age, Mark. Here come the Wildcats for their second possession of the game. Again, they got the ball to the 47 of the Bulldogs, but that's where it ended. And so we'll see again if they can have a better possession today. Young quarterback Kason Averill, but he is not going to be charged with a lot of passing attempts tonight. High formation for the Wildcats. Again, 12 personnel. That's going to be an inside trap handoff up the A gap. He's going to push it forward for about 4 yards. That's what Coach Gonzalez wants, Mark.
I mean, you get 4 yards every carry. That's a first down every 3 plays. So, I mean, you want the 4 yards. Again, this time they cannot go up the middle, I think. I think they need to do something to the outside because they started off the drive great last drive, and it ended up biting them when they got to the midfield. I would like to see an outside run right now.
Well, we'll see what Coach Gonzalez draws up here. Again, Morenci Wildcats are already finding themselves down 7-0, but it's very early in the first quarter and a very long season. So here we go. Morenci coming out to about a 2nd and 6, showing I formation, 13 personnel.
Oh, no way. They called delay game.
Let's see if my co-broadcaster is right, and I know he is. That's going to be a delay of game on the Morenci Wildcats. That's going to back it up to 2nd and 11. So 1 step forward, 2 steps back. That's pun intended for the Morenci Wildcats.
That's shocking.
So right back to that 13 personnel I formation. That's going to be oh, wow, he fooled me. And let's see Jeremiah Cruz get the outside. He cannot.
Oh my gosh.
A huge hit there by number 5, Mateo Chavez. Mateo Chavez is everywhere so far, Mark.
That was a great play call by Morenci, but Safford's defense was all over it, not pulled. I don't know if they saw the fake pitch, because when you're down there on the line, you don't really see any of the ball movement behind the line of scrimmage with the quarterback. So I don't know if it was a tape that they watched before this or what, because they did not fool Safford at all.
Well, you can see in only 6 defensive plays run for Safford, Mateo Chavez is making an impact. He's playing lone free safety back there, and number 5 is making plays. So here we go. That's 3rd and 11 coming up for the Wildcats. I thought it was 2nd down, but it's 3rd down. And that's going to be a handoff, and he's going to roll out to pass the ball. Going upfield and over the outstretched arms of number 1, Brennan Burkhead. So that's going to be incomplete, and that's 4th and 11. That's going to get the ball back to Safford.
I like the play call with the pass, especially with the safety playing so shallow. The safety's only playing like 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. That corner out there is on an island, but that's a lot of trust on the corner. He's got to be a lockdown corner out there, and he was open. It was a right read, a right throw, just a bad throw.
Our chat is going crazy, but I'm going to throw out the names, and one of those names is Chris Medina. He's getting some names being thrown out a lot. Gavin Rios also getting some love in the chat.
Oh!
And the snap goes through the punter and out of the back of the end zone. That is a safety against Morenci. That's going to make it 9-0, and they're going to punt the ball back to Safford. Mark, this is all of a sudden turning all Bulldogs.
Dave, if you're the offensive coordinator for Safford, you love it. If you're special teams coordinator, you are fired up. The safety gives you 2 points without your offense even going back on the field, and they get the ball back down.
Oh, and Morenci started this game with the ball, so this is quickly turning in to a Bulldog party here. And now the Morenci defense is going to be charged with not only a short field, but keeping that offense out of the end zone.
If you're Morenci, you can't let this be quicksand. You got it. It's the next play. Your defense needs to make a big stop here if you want to keep your heads up on this game.
With 3:48 left to go,
and so as we have this really quick break in the action, folks, please allow me to thank Gila Valley Embroidery. They are our lone sponsor tonight. Folks, you see my email on your screen. If your business wants to be advertised during these games, and we just broke 100 concurrent viewers, Mark, if your business wants to be advertised on these games, I am the guy you send the email to, and I will get your logo on that screen. You can be advertised as well. But like we said, here comes Morenci, and their defense is going to be charged with a short field when they get out there.
They're going to really have to step up.
Here it comes. The pooch kick's going to get to about the 45. That's received, running up the right side. He's got room.
Go through him.
Oh, big hit by number 9 of the Morenci Wildcats, Joshua Sandoval. He's going to stop him, but not until he gets to Morenci territory on the 48-yard line.
I like the runner initiating contact, and I like Joshua getting in there and knowing the contact's going to come and putting his shoulder down and making the stop, because if he goes through you, that's a touchdown.
Yes, there was daylight in front of him when he got past that player. But the play was set. Oh, and we have a penalty. That's going to back us up back to the Bulldog 45. I did not catch the penalty. And
I'm going to guess it was a holding penalty on Safford.
Isn't it always?
That's their second holding penalty of the game.
With the NFL still 3 weeks away, can we save those for that? Either way, Safford is going to get their ball for their second official possession, but they're up 9-0. Quarterback once again in pistol, and that's a flag right away, and that's going to be an illegal procedure on the offense. That's going to make it 1st and 15 Bulldogs.
I believe the guy in motion took a step towards the line of scrimmage before the ball was stabbed, and that's why he got called, because it was the white hat threw the flag, and that's his call.
3:41 left to go in the first quarter.
So Safford's going to start this thing a little bit further back. 1st and 15 from their own 40. All right, so here we go. Parker Wisman going to lead the troops back out there. Once again in pistol. Spread formation, only 5 down linemen. And in motion, he is going to hand it to the man in motion. That's going to be at the left side. That's going to be a very nice gain for about 14 yards by number 8, Ryder Rios.
6-yard line brought down by number 50.
Morenci's going to have to wrap up. That back doesn't look that big, but he ran right through an arm tackle. You saw his shoulder pad kind of shift a little bit. They're not going to be able to arm tackle him. He's going to have to be wrapped up and taken to the ground if you're going to want to stop him.
So that's going to go from 1st and long to 2nd and short. 2nd and 1 now, back in Wildcat territory on the 46. Quarterback's in pistol, spread formation. Once again, 5 down linemen. Looks like that's going to be the modus operandi for the Bulldogs. Wisman, really good game so far. Man in motion. Wisman draws back to pass. There's a rusher. Wisman avoids. He keeps it 1st down to the 40-yard line of the Wildcats. Very smooth by the quarterback, Parker Wisman.
Jackson Dart needs to take some notes on how to run out of bounds right there. Got the 1st down, avoided contact, avoided the extra hit that was not necessary, and is living to see another play. Doesn't need the blue medical tent after that one.
I love it. Again, folks, the viewers are piling up here, my friends. Thank you for joining us tonight on Eastern Arizona Courier. We have a very large slate of fall games for you, specifically on Eastern Arizona Courier. So, new set of downs from the 41.
1st and 10, Safford.
Pistol formation, man in motion.
1 yard line.
Looked like a false start. It wasn't called. Wisman's going to roll it to his right. He's going to keep it. He's got daylight. Wisman down to the 26-yard line, unabated. New set of downs, Bulldogs.
They called a holding penalty on, I think it was 55 of the offensive linemen. I mean, it was a hold, but they didn't call the offsides on Morenci. In high school, if the guy jumps off on the defensive side, it's not a free play. You call it, and it's a 5-yard penalty. And they didn't call that, but they're going to call him for a holding in the backfield.
This is the first game that Mark and I have officially gotten the privilege to broadcast together. And I love how much Mark does not love the laundry. Good, I don't have to do it.
I hate dirty laundry on the field.
That's good, because like I said, I don't have to do it, because everybody knows that I, at one point in my life, was a terrorist when it came to our wonderful boys and girls in black and white.
But what is frustrating me is that you called 3 penalties now on Safford, and Morenci did a clear offsides, and you didn't throw a flag.
So that's going to make it 1st and 20 Safford. He's going to drop back. That's going to be a wide open player on the outside. That's complete and down back to the 45 of Morenci. That's number 5, Mateo Chavez. Stop me when you heard that name.
Mateo Chavez looks more like a running back than Dane Jacobson, but he is playing receiver, and he is making them known he's not afraid of contact. That's the second catch that he's had tonight, and he's gone positive for 15 plus.
Filling up the box score already. Multiple tackles, multiple catches. Mateo Chavez making his presence felt out there for Safford. So here we go, 2nd and 4 now. Bulldogs once again marching their way into Wildcat territory. Man in motion. Wisman's going to hand that thing off to the man in motion. There's some good defense by Morenci. Dayton Jacobson tried to get something. Got up to almost a first down marker. But that's going to be 3rd and short.
Don't be surprised if the quarterback keeps it right here. I know it's 3rd and short and you got a great back, but that's what's going to keep Morenci on their toes. Who are you going to look at? Even a screen pass over to Mateo Chavez.
Yeah, I mean, we're already, the good ones make themselves known. Number 5 is making his presence felt. So here we go.
That corner's way off. It would not surprise me if it was a quick pass out there.
And that's going to be this hand up the middle. There's that defense that Coach Gonzalez was looking for. Bulldogs did get the first down, but Morenci was able to hold them to a 2-yard gain.
Lone touchdown scorer so far of the game is the one with that carry to keep the drive alive.
Inside the 30, 1st and 10.
Andrew Baker with that carry.
Again, Andrew Baker, that was a name that Coach pointed out in the pregame interview. He said, Andrew Baker, keep an eye out on that one. He also mentioned Mateo like he knows his kids or something.
Like you coached him a while.
Yeah, like he knows them. All right, so here we go. New set of downs inside of the Wildcat 30. Wisman puts a man in motion. He's going to fake that, keep it, and there's the Wildcat defense stuffing it at the line of scrimmage. That's number 59, James Davis, the junior.
There was nothing that Safford could have done other than block a little bit better. The right side of the defensive line got through, so even if he gave it to that guy, he was going to get tackled in the backfield. He kept it. He had a linebacker fill in the hole. It was just, you're happy if you get back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
So, yeah, good defensive play for the Wildcats, and boy, did they need that. As you see, under a minute and ticking here in this first quarter. Wisman puts a man in motion. He's going to keep that one up the middle. Gets about 5 yards. 3rd and 5 coming up. So here we go. There's that 50-50 play coming up on defense for Morenci.
That speed option right there, maybe
Maybe
that one would have been a pitch, but he saw the hole, took it, got a positive gain. Can't be mad on the positive gain.
So
but this is where Morenci needs to really step up right now.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Mark. This is, for the Morenci Wildcats, this is your first play of the game. Well, you've got to shut them down here.
Looks like 9-0 unless they get this last play off.
And 2 seconds, 1 second, and that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. So we are going to end this thing after the first. 9-0. Safford on top of Morenci. Mark, initial thoughts on that first quarter?
If you're Morenci, it could be a lot worse. Yes, this is only Safford's second drive, but they could have scored. They could have gone down the field faster with a short field. They didn't go down that fast. You have them in a 3rd and 5. You got to go over there. Your coaches are going to tell you you have to hit and you have to wrap up. Stafford, if you're happy, you're in control of this game. You have full control. Your first possession went down and scored. Then you went and you forced a safety, and now you're driving.
So, folks, in between these quarters, I'm going to let you know a little bit about the greatest physical challenge in the United States of America. That's going to be the Bisbee 1000 stair climb. It happens once a year. This year is going to be on October 17th. It's a Saturday, and it has become an event. Magic Kenny Bang Bang hosts the event. There are food vendors. There's all kinds of... It's Bisbee, Arizona, for the unacquainted. But while you're there, challenge yourself and see if you can beat the Bisbee 1000 stair climb. There are psychopaths that actually race it. I have tried to walk it. It's tough. It's tough, Mark.
I've worked that event 3 years now. This is going to be my 4th year. The runner who finishes in first place runs it in 28 minutes. It's like...
That's insanity.
It's like 4.5 miles, but it feels like...
Uphill.
7. It's up and down. You go upstairs and downhill on the road.
That's
It is-
7-minute miles.
It's over 1,000 steps. It's called a Bisbee 1,000, but it's over 1,000 steps. It's actually 1,036.
Oh.
There's musicians throughout the whole course at every staircase, all local.
Quick break in the action. We are right back to it. Here we go, 3rd and 5. Through the hands of the receiver. That was number 11, number 11, Drake Miller. And so through the hands of Drake Miller, 4th and 5. Now we're going to see what Safford has in the special teams, or if they go for this. I'm assuming they're going for it.
I mean, at halftime, the quarterback's gonna say something to him because he was 2 for 2, making great reads, made another great read. You got to catch it.
If I'm cooking over here, I need you to carry the plate.
Exactly.
So 4th and a long 5 coming up for the Bulldogs. Obviously, there's not a lot of legs in lower level high school football to have that kick. So here it goes. Wisman dropping back. Wisman rolling left. He's got a lane. Did he get the first down? He's right at the marker, and he did. They are going to move the chains into the red zone of the Wildcats.
He hesitated. I like that he didn't force it after the hesitation, although the receiver was open at the first down marker. Once you hesitate, you got to go. You can't. Once you hesitate, you give the defender a time to recover, and you got to go. So I like that read, even though he hesitated and could have made the throw. He still ended up making a great play.
Yeah, Wisman really running that read option really brilliantly so far for Coach McNeil. So new set of downs in the red zone. Hand off up the middle. That is a hole right up the middle. And a big run inside the 10-yard line for Baker. Once again, the Baker is cooking.
Perfect play call on offense. The linebacker on the outside blitz came untouched and ran right up the middle. Didn't make a difference. He would have ran to the outside either way. He would have been swallowed up. Quarterback would have kept it. His back was turned. He would have been swallowed up. Perfect play call.
Well, here we go. Safford is marching. The Bulldogs are barking inside the 10-yard line. Here it goes. I love the enthusiasm. Here, Wisman in that pistol.
Oh, no.
Ball to his hands. He just falls on a smart play by Parker to fall on the ball. But that's going to set up second outside of the 10.
First mistake we've seen by the quarterback. Let's see how he recovers from a mistake like that.
You're absolutely right. First chink in the armor for the quarterback, Wisman. Again, only a junior. And Coach mentioned he lost his quarterback early in the year last year. So, again, we are not sure if Parker Wisman was that quarterback that came in. But either way, he looks to be in full command of this offense. But like you said, first mistake.
He's not a sophomore or a freshman, so the mistake thing doesn't really worry me too much. It's normally when they're freshman, sophomore starting and they make a mistake because that's when they start to really fall apart. Being a junior, you're upper class.
Second and goal from the 13. And throw is...
Incomplete.
Oh, incomplete. It bounces off the ground. Looked like a good throw for Wisman, but just a little low. That's going to set up third and goal from outside the 10.
Wisman wants that pass back so bad. He was wide open and just didn't put enough juice on it. I like the low throw, though, because it protects your receiver going over the middle. It protects him. And you want that just a little bit more juice on it.
We got somebody in the chat. Alan McKenzie said, hold them, cats. Oh, I somehow had this wrong.
It's 4.
Oh, sure. So we're going to go with 4th and 5. First, new set downs on the 7. Wisman dropping back. 4th down. He's wide open. That's wide open. Tackled on the goal. No! Touchdown! Bulldogs! Off the arm of Parker Wisman.
Holy cow. I thought he was short on the 1 or the inch line. But way to fight your way into the end zone. The official, they have to run and catch up to the play, so it's pretty much where they see you laying down with the ball is where they're going to call it. So you to make that little fight, even if your knee's down, love it. Love the hustle on that receiver, and made the throw.
So here we go.
And that's
the extra
good.
point is good, and it is so far, only 2 minutes into this first quarter, all Bulldogs all day, Mark. Now, Morenci, like you said, they don't want to turn into quicksand, but now 16, your offense is going to have to produce.
They're going to have to think of some sort of play to get some sort of momentum on their side. Right now, Safford's home. It's already hard enough to get momentum on your side. You need to figure out now how to get some sort of momentum on your sideline, because this is just going to get worse and worse as the game goes.
Again, we talked about the youth of the Morenci Wildcats. You know, Coach Gonzalez did not use the word rebuild. He said what Morenci tried. But there's, as you pointed out, a lot of underclassmen on this team. Let's see how the young kids respond to a big hole early.
This is where your upperclassmen seniors need to step in and say it's okay.
Yes, with long game, long season. Here comes the kickoff. Caught at the 14-yard line. He's got a little bit of room. Let's check the blocking. No. Take it down at the 21-yard line.
I mean, Cruz had nowhere to go with that. I mean, the best you could do is make a man miss. I see some frustration on the Morenci sideline. I don't want to speculate on it, but it's way too early in the game. You have a whole second half.
Keep your head down, absolutely.
If they've scored 16 points in a quarter and 2 minutes, you can score 16 points in a minute and a quarter. You don't even have to do a safety to get that. You get two-point conversions and you're back in it.
Safford leads 16-0.
Here comes the Morenci offense. You know, once again being led out by Kyson Abril. This heavy running attack, and looks like we may have a timeout. So our first time out of the game. And folks, that gives me an opportunity. And you'll also see on your screen throughout this game the big day sale for Eastern Arizona Courier. This is a once-in-a-year promotion where your business has the opportunity to just have a permanent spot on Eastern Arizona Courier, in the paper, on the website, in the newsletter, and you can lock in that spot for the year and change in your ad. Put anything you want on it, it belongs to you. Say happy birthday to your nephew. But these prices that you're going to get available to do this are only going to be available for a very limited time. You see my email address on that screen, folks. I recommend that you jump on this Eastern Arizona Courier ship, because it is going to be sailing into some very bright waters, Mark.
It is. I'm excited. We're new. We're kind of new to the area, and we're in unfamiliar territory. But
let's just say we're not new. We have a new editor. We have new management. We are new to the area. But yes, Mark, please continue.
Yeah, we're excited to bring our expertise to this area and show everybody what we're capable of and what the expectation is for us.
First handoff for Morenci, the big one. He's got 9 yards, and exactly what you're talking about, Mark.
Whoa. It's a turnover. He fumbled it. Jacobson recovered it.
Oh.
It's Safford. It's Bulldog ball.
And that is the very last thing that anybody wearing black and red wants to see. A turnover in your own territory on a 10-yard run, Mark.
You're 15 yards away from being in the red zone now. Your defense is going to get tired. The whole point of running the ball as an offense is you wear down the other team's defense. If your offense is out there, you're not wearing down that team at all.
Oh,
and like I said, Morenci, on paper, their roster is bigger than Safford.
Yeah, and again, the Morenci Wildcats. Boy, oh boy, an auspicious start for them. And right back at it comes Parker Wisman and the Bulldogs. Not even a breath for the defense. Wisman drops back. He's going over the middle. Oh, a little behind the receiver. That was number 11, Drake Miller. But that's going to be incomplete, 2nd and 10.
He has a rocket of an arm.
He sure does.
That was on a line. That was not no floater over the middle on the post route. It was on a line. He was just a little bit late. Maybe lead him a little bit better. I think he was a little bit hesitant on the safety's play. But he threw that on a line. Even if the safety was in position to make a catch on it, I don't think the safety's going to catch that. That's a hard thrown ball. You see NFL players who throw hard that have the same defenders cannot catch that.
Yeah, no, that was a cannon of a throw. Wisman's going to put a man in motion on 2nd and 10. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to pull it away. They had him in the backfield, but there goes the very sneaky Parker Wisman for about 6 yards, sending up 3rd and 4.
Now here's the guy. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no, do it. Do the thing.
Now here's the guy. He ran like Lamar Jackson.
Here's a guy. By the way, you know, it reminded me of Patrick Mahomes. Oh, my goodness. Did you see Patrick Mahomes eating that Big Mac earlier? Oh, my goodness. He exudes greatness.
I had to do it. I had to do it, Dave.
3rd and 5 coming up for the Bulldogs. Wisman in that pistol. Handed off at the middle. He's got the first down.
Oh!
He's got more. Nice hit collision at about the 21-yard line. New set of downs for the Bulldogs.
You like the wrap up on the defensive side. He He was not going to go down on an arm tackle. You could hear the contact from where we're at right now. Both teams are hitting. We know this about Morenci. Morenci's a hard-hitting team. So Safford knew that coming in, they play them every year. They knew that Morenci was going to be a hard-hitting team. They knew it was going to be a physical matchup.
Yeah, that was a couple of pops out there so far for that Wildcat defense. They're like, even if you get the yards, I'm going to make you feel it at the end of it. So, but new set of downs, and we're in the red zone. Handoff up the middle. Good tackle, stop in the backfield. There's the Morenci defense. Number 10, San Harmon, not able to get anything on that one.
They had him in the backfield, and that little jump step got him free. I mean, you can't be mad at the defender. He went low, took the legs. That's what you use to go forward, is you use your legs. You take those away from him, can't go forward. Now the running back made a great jump and avoided that leg tackle.
So that's going to be 2nd and 10 in the red zone. Second and 10 now. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
God, there. Okay, thank you.
And finally, another flag on the field, but one that my co-broadcaster agrees with.
Yes, he jumped in high school. If you jump, whether the ball snapped, it is a 5-yard penalty, offside penalty. And that is no way they call offside or a false start. What do they call it?
I'm waiting on the penalty.
Whitecap's supposed to look towards us.
Apparently, I have walked right past me, written all over me.
I want to say that was a false start. They went back. They went 2nd and 14 now.
So, yeah, we're going to go backwards. 2nd and 14 now for the Bulldogs. See, Parker's going to keep that. Wisman up the left. And Wisman getting inside the 20. Not a lot gained. 3rd and long coming up.
Who was that with that lead block?
Gain of about 6 or 7.
I don't know who had the lead block. The lead block right there.
7:04 left to go in the first
But
half.
he laid somebody out. Now it's 3rd and long.
So 3rd and long, 3rd and 8 coming up now.
I missed the blocker who made that hit because that cleared the way on a designed quarterback run.
3rd and 8. Here's that Morenci defense. I mean, you got to hold here just inside the 20-yard line. And over the middle, wide open, down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Bulldogs.
Great pass. You saw after he made the catch that he was a little scared to take the hit over the middle, and that's why I think he's the quarterback's looking to throw it low and to the outside for the receiver going in, because after he made that catch, he was ready to absorb contact that wasn't there. He probably would have scored if he would have ran through the play.
Either way, here we go. 1st and goal on the 5 for the Bulldogs. They're going to try to make this thing ugly. Oh, ball's through the hand of Wisman again. 2nd time now the ball is falling on the ground, putting them back behind the 10-yard line. 2nd time we've seen this so far, Mark. I mean, Safford hasn't been punished by it. They've capitalized either way, but
now that was more of a bad snap than a taking your eyes off the snap. It was a little low and to the left.
2nd and goal.
Smart to jump on it. He had time. He could have picked it up, but you're always taught be safe and live to see another down.
The Bougie Boutique in our chat saying, let's go Bulldogs. 2nd and 10. That's going to be Wisman rolling out to the right. The flag down. Looks like it's probably going to be a hold on the Bulldogs. Coming back, I believe.
Like a flag on the far side of the field.
And that's exactly what it is. That's going to make it a much longer goal situation for the Bulldogs.
They got to do something where the line needs to release at a certain time, because Safford doesn't run up the middle very much. The quarterback likes to go right or left, and he goes outside the pocket fairly quickly. If the defender starts to go around you and it feels like he's trying to go on a straight line to the sideline, you got to let him go, or you're going to get called out all night long. Yeah, and I'm sure the Morenci coaches are on that side telling the official he's holding right there. So now they're aware and they're watching for that call.
So now 2nd and goal, but we are now back at the 20.5-yard line. Parker Wisman, he is going to drop back to pass. Surveying, he's getting rushed, he avoids. Running right into the end zone, through the back of the end zone. 3rd and goal from the 20 coming up. Again, if you're Morenci, you're taking a deep breath, but you still have 2 more plays to go.
That was a great play. Found the open receiver. Again, he just missed the throw. The first time he missed the throw, it was a little low. That one was just a little bit high. He doesn't have Megatron out there. He can't just throw it over to the goalpost.
Our first interstate comment, Anthony Padilla saying, watching from Texas. Thank you for joining us, Anthony. Again, it's opening night. Thursday night lights, baby.
Thursday
Oh, I mean, you told me and Mark bonus football. We said, see you there. And again, Safford has been so hospitable since the second we showed up here. Again, Athletic Director Schuring, Coach McNeil, everybody has been so hospitable. Like I said, we are going to have a timeout on the field, and that's going to give my co-broadcaster an opportunity to tell you a little bit more about the Bisbee 1000.
There's going to be throughout the whole
Even if you're not a competitor runner, it's always great to do the Bisbee 1000. I've done the Bisbee 1000, not during the event, but I have to go mark the course. If you're not a competitor runner and you want to just walk the course, we fully invite you to do that. It's a great way to see Old Bisbee.
Oh my goodness.
You go up to the top of 5 and you have a lookout of all of Old Bisbee that not a lot of tourists see because they don't go up there because it's not easy to access.
And this is, as I said, this is where I come in. Folks, I have lived in a dozen states. I've been to just about all the rest of them. I have never seen anything like Bisbee, Arizona in my life. I mean, the town alone is an experience. The art, the nightlife, the music, and then you throw in the Bisbee 1000, which gives you a really good reason to be there. I promise you, if you go down to Bisbee, Arizona for the first time, you will not regret it.
And it gives you something that not everybody sees. And then you're already there, so now you get to experience the actual town itself as well.
All right, here we go, back to the action. 3rd and goal from the 20. Wisman dropping back. He's got all day back there. Wisman's going to keep it. See if he can make a man miss. He does. Wisman's still on his feet down to the 2-yard line. And now here we go for the Wildcats. You had him at 3rd and 20. It is now 4th and not good from the 2-yard line.
I mean, he had a couple of receivers I saw open. To be fair, in his defense, they were on the opposite side of the side. They were on the other sideline. So you're always told, don't throw across the field. That's when you get picked off. Made a great play, made a man miss, gained like 18.
Oh, they marked him at the 5. So 15-yard gain.
For a 4th and short for them.
Oh, yes. So 4th and goal from the 5. Do or die time for the Wildcats. Handoff up the middle. Oh, and Morenci stuffs him big. Number 59, James Davis, stopping him at the line of scrimmage.
If you're Safford, you're not mad because that's where Morenci has to start now. So if you're Safford, you're like, we'll give it to you right here. Now, they might have wanted to be a little bit closer to the goal line, but now they're only working with 15 yards in the backfield. A penalty is a half the distance to the goal. If they can get Morenci to get a false start call or a holding penalty, you're going to move him back.
Or a negative play at all.
Or making a play at all, hit him in the backfield. I mean, a fumbled snap. I mean, they don't really go in the center, in the gun or the pistol. They're always under center. So a fumbled snap, not really anything. But Morenci on the bright side, you stopped that. They didn't score off that turnover.
Yes.
And they only had 40 yards to go on the turnover.
And a heartbreaking turnover at that. So let's see if Morenci can stitch together a drive that looks almost as sweet as the stuff you get for Gila Valley embroidery, huh?
Timeout.
And that's going to be timeout. I like this timeout by Coach Gonzalez. You have a little under 4 minutes to play in this first half. This is your chance. You have got to put some points on the board for Morenci. The Bulldogs are getting the ball in the second half.
If you're Morenci, you want to go the length of the field in 4 minutes and put it in the end zone. Do not let Safford's offense get the ball back and put a point
At all.
because they're going to get the ball after halftime. Also, scoring before going into halftime could give you some motivation going into the half, giving some positive light to what was kind of a very lopsided first half for Morenci.
And we are brand new to the Safford High School. We're going to have to train all of our beloved new friends over here about the nachos and to bring Mark and Dave some nachos.
Yeah, we need a halftime snack.
There is a food truck outside. I mean, they take their football a little seriously here in Safford, Arizona.
Just a little, it looks like.
Again, folks, we obviously will be taking a short break at halftime. But again, we're not even close to that. We got 3:56 here in the first half. Oh, football's back, Mark.
It is.
Here we go. New set down for Morenci. New possession for Morenci. And that is just a miscommunication, negative play. Don't tell me that. No. And the Bulldogs recover the ball on the 1 yard line. And it did. I mean, we're still in the first half, but at this point, if you're Morenci, you're like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
You know, in the replacements, when the receiver can't catch the ball and they put that gel stuff on his fingers and he's like, Coach, what the heck? And he's all, you're going to catch it.
Oh, Morenci, yeah, just stick them.
Yeah, Morenci's going to need that because that's 2 fumbles that they've coughed up now. And Safford has
both in their own territory.
Yeah, and Safford has not turned the ball over one time. They've had a couple fumble snaps, but it hasn't been close to being a turnover.
Oh, and Lord forbid another negative play leading to, I won't even say it.
First and goal from the 2 yard line. You got 4 plays to go 2 yards.
So first down, first and goal. Wisman's going to keep it and walk that thing in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
I don't want to sound like Chris Collinsworth here, but the way he runs the football is almost like Josh Allen.
Here's a guy.
He's big. He's not scared of contact. He runs, and he's not avoiding. He doesn't want to avoid contact either.
Extra point coming up there, 2 for 2. Oh, there goes the confetti. It is a party in Safford, Arizona, here in the first half. Extra point up. Good. 23-0. Bulldogs over the Wildcats here in the second quarter.
This game last year was 20-14 favor of Morenci. Talk about a turnaround.
Yeah,
for both programs.
What a difference a year makes. And all of a sudden, they talked about the pride being back in Safford, Arizona, which, by the way, happens to be the home of the UFC lightweight champion of the world, Justin Gaethje. That's how tough Safford, Arizona is. But Ilya has your face. Anyways.
Yeah. I wonder if Morenci was hitting that hard back then.
Oh, hopefully if we're blessed enough, we can get the former Safford quarterback, Justin Gaethje, on our next broadcast, because we are up here for the Thatcher game.
Yeah.
But he can tell us all about the Morenci team. Hopefully, if he's able to join us.
Well, he can tell us about
and Mr. Gaethje, if you're out there, come on over and join me. I'd love to have you.
He can tell us about Thatcher as well.
Oh, squib kick. Go. You got to let that go out of bounds. He doesn't. And did they get me out of bounds? Because if it's out of bounds, that's going to be some more yards for Morenci.
He touched it and didn't let it go out.
Again, that's the youth of the Morenci Wildcats. Yes. As you got to let that go out of bounds and give yourself the ball on the 35-yard line.
I can't believe he didn't. And the coaches are right there. You got to be yelling at him, leave it, leave it, leave it. Coach
Gonzalez said he is a born and bred Wildcat. And he's good. Oh, my goodness. Are you going to hear about that one in halftime?
You're going to be running at halftime.
Oh. Here it comes. Now, Morenci with the ball again. 3:45 left. Let's see if they can get something going on offense. Handoff up the left side. Nothing. That is stuffed in the backfield. Try to get the number because that was stuffed quickly.
I can't see his number, but
I'm assuming that was Jeremiah Cruz. I knew it was. I knew it was. We watched Sebastian Lopez and Dawson Judd. We have enough to know what this looks like.
Jeremiah Cruz is 8 for Morenci.
Oh, Mario Chavez.
That's what it was. Mario.
Mateo Chavez, excuse me. Again, folks, we are just getting acquainted with our new friends here in Morenci and Safford. I promise you, we'll have this down cold.
We'll have it by the time Thatcher comes to town.
I promise you we will. Again, we are just getting acquainted with our new friends. So, here we go. Morenci with the ball, 2nd and 10. Hands it off. And he's going to get 1.5 yards, but they tried to hit that A-gap, and there was nothing waiting for them but Bulldogs.
I believe that was the freshman for Morenci, Gunnar Barron.
Yeah, Coach had mentioned he would be the starting halfback, but they were going to rotate them throughout. So, yeah, Gunnar able to get 1.5 yards. But, man, you want that clock to tick. You cannot give the ball back to Parker Wisman one more time in the first half.
No, you can't. especially with them getting the ball right after halftime. Like you're running as much clock as you can. Safford only has one timeout, and there's no 2-minute warning.
We have Debbie Pearson in our chat saying, love Bulldogs football. And there's a ball on the ground, back into the hands of the Bulldogs at the 15-yard line. And my friends, I might as well have married this because it's getting really ugly.
The last play when the freshman had the carry, I was going to say, if you're a coach, you're happy he didn't fumble it running up the middle in the very next play. I don't know if he was the one that fumbled it or how the fumble happened, but that fumble could not have come. We thought the last fumble came at a worse time. This is even worse. Well, you're in the red zone again.
The first one was bad. The second one was really bad. This is a backbreaker. Wisman with the ball, starting this thing on the 15. He's going to hand that thing off. Up the sweep up the left side. Running back loses his feet, and we have a flag on the field. We're going to have to check the penalty.
It'll be a holding call against the Bulldogs.
On offense.
A lot of calls against that Safford offensive line tonight, Mark.
I don't know if there's a call for this, but it's normally called a chop block. When a defender is engaged in a block with an offensive lineman and somebody comes up and makes and initiates contact from the side, it's normally a chop block, but that's normally if they take the legs out. The fullback or the other running back you want to call him, he initiated contact, but it was high. So I don't know if that's where they're just like, oh, it's a holding penalty. That's what we're calling it. I don't know.
That is what I believe the fifth holding ball call now on Safford.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1st and 20 now for the Bulldogs.
Baker behind him.
Wisman dropping back. So good. And that's going to be another hold on number 22. Wisman's going to run it out of bounds, but that's going to be 1st and 30. That hold is going to be on Jacob Gomez, the senior. Mark, I mean, that one you can't disagree with.
You can't.
But you will.
Coach McNeil, at practice, I would hate to be a player next week because you're up 23-0. If this is a tight game, that's costing you. They're getting away with this in a tight game.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
That's why
100%.
He's going to nip it now.
Yeah, when Thatcher comes to town, you might want to knock that stuff off.
Exactly.
Again, this is a 3A versus a 2A team. So always keep that in mind, my friends. Here we go. 1st and 30 now for the Bulldogs. Wisman puts his player in motion. He's going to hand it to him. And there's that Morenci defense. Coach Gonzalez loving to see that gang tackling from Morenci. Once again, number 59 for Morenci on the case, James Davis.
He stopped by.
I think Safford's going to try and just run this clock out and go to halftime. They're up 23-0. Don't want to put his defense back out there. Don't want to give Morenci any kind of chance to get some fluke play.
Anything.
They've controlled this game. They've got 3 turnovers on the day. I mean, they're taking the whole play clock. Once those 2 holding penalties came into play, Safford said, we're just going to run the plays. We're going to run clock. We're going to do time management right now.
Here we go. 2nd and a Bulldog mile coming up. That's a false start on the right guard, number 70, Aries Peru.
Penalty against Safford.
He tried to get a free 5 when it looked like a hard count, and the guard did not get the memo.
I love it. This is my first blessed co-broadcasting experience with Mark Spurs. And my friends, I am a happy camper over here because this guy can cook. Sorry, I used that word 3 times today. I'm usually better than that.
Let me cook.
But let him cook.
You know who cooks? Caleb.
We'll get to Wilcox later. 2nd and 34 now for the Bulldogs. But like you said, they don't care.
No.
Wisman dropping back. Maybe he does want it. Goes over the middle. And that is complete inside down to the 22-yard line. Good game, but that clock is ticking.
The way the receiver tucked it.
And now the Bulldogs take a timeout?
The way that he tucked the ball and the other receiver was coming towards him, I thought he was running a hook and ladder.
I did too. I thought they were doing the exact same thing.
I thought it was a hook and ladder. I was ready to be like, oh, there's a hook and ladder. And it was, no, fooled me.
And we do have some Wilcox Cowboys in the house tonight that know how to bring the broadcasters nachos. And Coach Wood knows to ignore me. He walks away. So this timeout gives me a chance to point out to you folks, again, we have one sponsor tonight for this game, and that's Gia Valley Embroidery, and they are amazing. If you want your business featured during all of our Graham and Greeley County games, my email address is on that screen. Contact me on Monday, and I will tell you how to get your logo on that screen and have my annoying, his sultry voice talking all about it. Mark, tell them about Gia Valley Embroidery.
Gila Valley Embroidery is great. Local, they support local, they're local. They don't just support Safford. That's what I like about them. Thatcher's just down the street from here. They're more than happy to welcome the Thatcher community. Pima's another one down the street. I mean, Morenci's got to come this way for anything if they want.
Facts. Wisman dropping back on that third down. 17. He's going to the end zone. Almost intercepted on the back end by number 3, Jacob Bracamonte. But that ball is going to fall safely to the ground. 4th and 17 coming up, 14 seconds left.
One of the receivers ran a wrong route. There was 2 receivers in the area, and as a defensive coach, you love that because it takes one person to guard 2 people. Somebody was not running the right route, and if he was looking at that wheel route, he needed to throw it to the sideline. That's why I don't think it was for the wheel route. I think the wheel route was supposed to be more of like a check down, and he just took it up the sideline, and it ends up being more defenders in the area than you want, and that's what led to almost interception.
And they, again, not kicking it from this distance. 4th and 17. Wisman's going to take a shot in the end zone. He goes to the end zone. Caught! Down! Bulldogs! That's Lamar Ellis.
Number 2.
Lamar Ellis, baby. Oh, I called it for you. But there we go. Look at Parker Wisman. Talk about making a debut for these rabid hometown fans.
I mean, I don't know how many points they scored all last season, but to go 2-8 and to have your home opener this year look like this in the first half, this is normally a score you would see at the end of a game, 29-0, maybe possibly 30-0. There's an injury on the field right now. You forget about this until you get the first one, and you're like, oh. So, folks, we are going to go ahead and silence ourselves here as we check on this injured Bulldog. Again, the player's safety, health is always the priority here. And so we are going to go ahead and let them check on that player. We will be back with you here in just a moment. Mark, it's 29-0. We're about to go into halftime. Boy, oh boy, is Safford loving their life right now. Okay, it looks like we are just dealing with a cramping situation. Hey, folks, it doesn't. We don't have to tell you. When it comes to football, injuries are. All you do is just pray that they're minor. And it looks like this is just a cramp here for 0 Dane Jacobson. He's on his feet. Give him some pickle juice.
Yeah,
exactly. It's almost halftime.
Oh, well, yeah, he's not putting any weight on that leg.
I think it's. I want to say it's cramping by how fast they got him up.
It's hot out here. It was 103 today in Safford when we got here. It is still a little warm out here tonight. So yeah, cramping is definitely a thing. You can only hydrate so much. Extra point attempt up, good. That's 4 for 4 on PATs. 30-0 Safford.
Like I was saying though, with the stats that Safford's put up in this first half, this is normally what you would see at the end of a game. 30 points, 0 on the defense, and you have 3 turnovers. That is a full game stat, not a halftime stat.
Oh, Coach McNeil, I will tell you, this is just my personal opinion. I think that there is a slight motivation where Coach McNeil really wants to be interviewed after the game. He's like, I want to win this game. On the initial game on Eastern Arizona Courier, I want the interview. So Coach McNeil, I'm sure that he's a little happy about that. Again, folks, this is our initial broadcast on Eastern Arizona Courier, and we have a lot of fall, winter, and spring sports planned for you folks up here in Graham and Greeley counties. Here comes the kickoff. That is going to be a good one. Let's see. He's going to need a huge return. Gets it up past the 20, down at the 26-yard line. Yeah, but that's going to bring us to halftime. 30-0, Mark. We said what can be said. It's all Bulldogs all day so far in this one. So, folks, my co-broadcaster and I are going to take a quick breather. Stick around. We're going to be back at halftime. We will have the clock on the screen so you know exactly when to rejoin us. But we'll be back for our second half of football here in Safford, Arizona, home of the Bulldogs. And so far, all Bulldogs all day, 30-0 over the Morenci Wildcats. Folks, we'll see you in about 15 minutes.
We're up.
Folks, again, second half about to start here. Our opening kickoff, 2026 style. We're in Safford, Arizona. Mark, so far, oh my goodness, all Safford.
All Safford. I mean, the first half of the first quarter, we were talking about Jacobson and Chavez. But to me, it's been the Wiseman show. The quarterback has stolen the show for Safford. And that's on top of the 3 turnovers that the defense has put on. But to me, Wiseman is a phenomenal quarterback, great reads, and I'm happy to see him play throughout. And he's only a junior, so next year we'll be out here to see him again. And I want to see the progression, the growth through this season and going forward to next season.
Now, let's talk about Morenci. What does Morenci, I mean, besides the obvious, what do they have to do what do they have to do to get in this thing? Coach Gonzalez, what is he telling his team at halftime?
They have to control the ball better, especially running up the middle. I mean, like I said early in the game, you need to bounce to the outside. You need to bounce to the outside. And they are not bouncing the outside. Everything's been up the middle. Turnovers in their own territory. To start, I would say do not turn the ball over. Even if it's on their territory, don't turn the ball over.
Turnovers are coach killers no matter what. Yeah, the Morenci Wild guy. Folks, we got about 10 seconds here. We're going to get back behind this camera. Opening week. We're in Benson, Arizona tomorrow. The Bobcats host the Bisbee Pumas. Let's get back to action.
Now that's going to be a cat fight.
Oh boy. Tomorrow will be something else, I tell you. We already know what it is down in Benson, Arizona. And again, they're hosting the revamped Bisbee Pumas. Bisbee's back. Do you see the team photos that they took and the art stairs? Oh my goodness.
I was disappointed they didn't contact me.
Brother, we could have done better. Ernesto Suarez, former Puma, is their guy. Those pictures, we talk about the attitude of the Bisbee Pumas. The pictures tell you what you need to know, where Bisbee's a little different than everybody else. They bring an attitude. They might not, I mean, we'll see who wins that game, but Bisbee will be bringing the swag that the Bisbee Pumas know.
That's what I was going to say was the swagger. They have a swagger to them that they didn't have last year.
Yes, so what they always have.
And they
didn't have it.
And they're showing that this year. I mean, when I played against Bisbee in high school, they had a swagger then. They had their leaders. They had Momo. They had Spencer. They had Chavez. They had players that those were the guys that you had to watch. And Bisbee, it was weird to see Bisbee have that hiccup.
It was.
Because these same players that had the swagger this year were there last year.
They're missing Hunter. But yes, you're right, though. You're absolutely right. We talked about trying to replace Sebastian and Bryson and all of those players for Bisbee. And we just saw it last year. It just wasn't Bisbee.
Yeah.
This year, we're going to get Bisbee. And we know what Benson is. They work. Benson works and works and works and works. That there is no quit in the Bobcats. Tomorrow night, folks, we will be on Herald Review Media.
We're going to be on Douglas Dispatch.
Excuse me. We'll be on Douglas Dispatch, a subsidiary of Herald Review Media. Benson, Bisbee, tomorrow. Let's get back to the action here. 30-0 Bulldogs, and they're getting the ball.
Yeah, and they're getting the ball. If you're Morenci, you need a stop.
Oh, 100. Yeah, Coach Gonzalez, he probably had a singular message. I want the ball. Go get me that ball, defense. We saw some spurts in that first half where that defense was able to get to the running backs, able to get some plays at the line of scrimmage. But Parker Wisman, I mean,
not to take anything away from Wisman, but it's almost like Morenci goes, 4th down. Until you see the punt crew come out, you play it like it's 1st, 2nd, or 3rd down.
Yeah, no, this is not professional football. Most teams are going to be playing all 4 downs, and you're absolutely right.
Especially when they're in enemy territory, because if they turn the ball over on downs right there, you still got to go almost the whole length of the field to go back, and it's not. And if it's a 4th and short on your own territory, you're going to go for it.
Safford High School varsity football.
Now, I didn't realize until halftime is that the entire Wilcox Cowboy team is here, as they, of course, stopped me and had to say hello. But they're all here tonight. Wilcox, they can't wait for football just like we couldn't wait for football. They will be taking on Palo Verde tomorrow night. A team that they told us is not the same Palo Verde team. A team that maybe we shouldn't think that they are the pushover that we think they are.
Wilcox lives and breathes football. If baseball was a physical sport, physical contact sport, Wilcox would be the state champ.
Facts. Well, we're going to get to baseball season when it comes because I have a feeling that the Wilcox baseball program, this might be the year for them. But here we go. Morenci's going to be kicking this thing away. Down 30-0 on the road in hostile, not hostile, it's not the right word. Animated territory. That is Safford, Arizona.
They got the mascot out.
Oh, the Bulldogs out. The cheerleaders are out. The bands sound amazing tonight. I got to say, the Morenci band, I saw them before the game. They look sharp. I was like, boy, you boys and girls look good. Here comes the kickoff. Received at the 25. He's going to go up the middle. He's got a lot of room.
Oh, my gosh.
And he's into Wildcat territory down to the 45. That was Lamar Ellis. He scored that last touchdown in the first half.
That was not what Morenci wanted to see coming into this half.
No, Coach Gonzalez, you got to be like, come on, boys. But either way, first possession of the second half for Safford underway. Up 30-0, starting in Wildcat territory, where they started 3 possessions in the first half based off of turnovers. So here we go. Safford Bulldogs making this season opener statement.
First and 10, Safford.
Wisman hands that thing off up the left side. He's making a lot of people miss. Jacobson is down to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 3 coming up.
I mean, you can't ask for anything better on a 1st and 10 in enemy territory. Get more than 5.
6 or 7 yard game. We'll call it 2nd and a long 3.
They picked up right where they left off. It's like we didn't even take a break.
It's like Jacobson.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what. I mean, all these teams have their summer programs, their conditioning and whatnot. Coach McNeil, this looks like a full clicking machine right now. 2nd and 4 coming up. Ball on the ground. Wisman picks it up, avoids the defender, and that's a sack. Oh, that's going to be number 5, Gunnar Barron, the freshman, with the sack.
I wonder if the coach told him, hey, pick it up and don't dive on it, because diving on it stops the clock. You're up by 30.
Very good observation.
The running clock, I don't know I always forget every year if it's 38, 40 points, whatever it is. But it looks like Safford's like, we're just going to run the ball and we're going to keep the clock ticking. And whether we put up points or not, they don't think Morenci's going to put up points.
Well, yeah, let's get the victory first and foremost. Hand off, and there, Coach Gonzalez, there it is. The Morenci defense able to shut him down. Brennan Burkhead in on that play. But good defensive play for Morenci. That's going to bring up 4th and long.
And it looks like the punt crew's coming in because they're bringing in 4 guys.
Yeah,
I truly think they're going to run. So they only got to waste 2 minutes of this drive of the clock. But this is what it looks like. Their idea is. It looks that they're trying to just run clock and just go home as fast as possible.
And so but again, if you're Morenci, I mean, there's nothing impossible. If they can score 30, you can score 31.
Yeah.
So Morenci's going to get the ball back here in this second half. First great defensive possession for the Wildcats.
Oh, what a
nice punt over the head. Oh no. Oh, we have a scrum for the ball. I think the Wildcats fell on it. And they did. But that is going to start them deep in their end territory at the 6-yard line. And these young kids just can't keep their hands on the ball.
Well, we saw this mistake on the kickoff where he didn't let it go out of bounds. A ball, you put your feet on the 10-yard line, anything over your head, you let it go.
Let it go.
Because he tried to do an over-the-shoulder catch on a punt. It's hard to do that on a pass with a spiral. A wobbling football, you're doing that, that's another young mistake. You put your heels on either the 10 or the 5, whatever your coach tells you, and you just watch it go over your head.
Yeah, again, we're seeing the youth of the Morenci Wildcats on display. But either way, they will get the ball for their first second half possession on the 8-yard line. So let's see if Morenci can get some offense together. Another heavy package for the Wildcats. That's going to be a handoff to the halfback, fullback lead. He gets nothing more than a half a yard. And that's 2nd and 9.5.
The way Morenci plays offense and what looks to be the strategy of Safford's offense of wasting clock, Safford is very much enjoying this Morenci offensive style of running the ball because that's going to keep the clock ticking.
We had some people join us in our chat right before the end of the half. RJ Jones saying, looking forward to seeing what this young Morenci team looks like in the second half. Well, defensively, you got to love that first possession. And then we have Lee Rios saying, let's go Bulldogs. 2nd and 10 now coming up for the Wildcats. Again, they got to get something going here. Inside, that delayed handoff on the outside. He is going to skirt forward for about 5. You're okay with that if you're the Wildcats. 3rd and a short 5 coming up.
Gives you some more breathing room away from the goal line and gives you a 3rd and manageable. You don't want a 3rd and 10, especially in a run-heavy offense. 3rd and 10 compared to 3rd and 5.
Well, again, this is 4-down territory all game. And so, yes, you're okay with 3rd and 5. See if they can pick up a first down or at least get 2 or 3 of these to set up 4th and very manageable. Again, that quarterback tonight is Kyson April. Again, hasn't been charged with throwing the ball a lot. Oh, Safford showing everything. Brings the house. Inside handoff up the A-gap. Gets Morenci the first down. There we go. A spark for the Wildcats. Sometimes spark lead to fire.
For Morenci, so change the move, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
That was definitely what Morenci needed. They got the stop on defense, and now they got a first down. But the game did start that way when Morenci, with their first possession, they got all the way past midfield, and then they ended up punting the ball or turning the ball over or punting the ball, and then not having any success after that. I want to see them go. I don't think they've been past the 40.
They got to the 47 on their first possession, and that was it.
Yeah, so they haven't even touched the 45 of the Bulldog territory.
So Morenci with a new set of downs now. But again, it's one step at a time right now. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a singular step. First down on the 21. That's a handoff on the left side, and a ball is on the ground again. That is Bulldog football. I'm going to give you 2 guesses on who picked it up. You only need one.
I already said the number.
You only need one.
Is that his 2nd or 3rd fumble recovery?
Oh my goodness. Mateo Chavez is absolutely putting on a show out there.
Like I said, the 2 that we thought were going to take the show, and then Wiseman came in. Mateo, he's a defense presence.
Oh, yes, he is.
His awareness on just open tackles, reading the play, and then being aware of where the ball's at.
That's going to give the Bulldogs back the ball. That 4th turnover inside of Wildcat territory this game on the 27-yard line. Wisman back to work. Wisman gets a snap. Dropping back, evades the rush. He's really good at that. Takes off, first down, out of bounds. Like you said, Jackson Dart, learn how to do that. New set of downs on the 15-yard line.
You got a smart play.
1st and 10, Safford.
Not taking unnecessary hits. You scrambled out. Even if you didn't get the first down, he got the first down. But
late flag.
No way. Oh, it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense, taunting.
You had to give Coach something, didn't you, Safford? They were about to walk out of here with a clean sheet and give Coach McNeil not a lot to work with. And there you go. There's nothing like an unsportsmanlike penalty to get your coach to get you running those drills.
I mean, it's hot in Safford. And you play on turf. The turf gets hot. I don't want to do up-down on the turf.
Especially, you practice during the day here. And we don't start cooling off till, I don't know what, December?
Until the sun goes down, and that's not even cool.
No. We don't cool off until football season's over.
Yeah.
And so, you're going to be doing some up-downs on that one, whoever that was. So here we go. We're going to back this thing up. First down for the Bulldogs. Wisman, ball on the ground. Something else they're going to have to work on. He goes and gets out of it. Wisman picks up 7 of them. So, man, boy, oh boy, Parker Wisman, he looks to be in absolute, complete control of this offense.
100%. Like you said, he needs to work on a little bit of that handling the snap in the pistol or in the shotgun. But That's an easier snap to control and fix than under the center. And it gives you time to make up for the mistakes. Where when it's under center and you got all those legs down there, it's hard to make up the mistake, to clean up that mistake down there.
I don't believe we have seen Parker Richmond under center in this game. It has been primarily this pistol spread formation with 5 down. But yes, I know exactly what you're saying. 2nd and 14 now. That's going to be a handoff. Pushes for a yard, maybe. 3rd and 13 coming up for the Bulldogs. But like you said, they're okay with letting the clock go.
Yeah, he was a little late on the give. He was holding it a little bit longer than he probably should have. But he probably had a bad read on somebody and wasn't reading correctly. And you're just happy it didn't end up in a fumble. Because that's the hardest part with running the read, is when you hold on to the ball too long and you're trying to pull it from the running back and the running back's trying to take it, you end up the ball on the ground, someone jumps on it and it's not in your favor, and then someone gets rolled up on because people are diving on the ground right there with all the grouping.
My co-broadcaster is having himself in a debut with Dave Davies. That's going to be a procedural penalty, false start on the Bulldogs, 3rd and 19. Well, like you pointed out, though, as long as that ball is stalemated and nobody's going anywhere, Safford is completely okay with it.
As a coach, though, like I said, tight games, that is going to lose you football games. Against better teams, that's going to lose you games.
Well, again, got to give Coach some fodder. Got to give him something.
I mean, it's the first game of the season, so it's learning for everybody and seeing what you got to work on. And Safford's making it very easy on what the coach needs to work on next week.
Look at the student section for the Safford Bulldogs. Do they like their football? Wisman dropping back to pass. That has started fast. Wisman's out on the edge. There he goes. Gets it inside the 20-yard line, right near the first down marker. But that's 4th and short and another backbreaker for Morenci.
You know, he's running out of bounds to avoid contact. If Safford wants to keep the clock running, you can slide. You don't have to go out of bounds to avoid contact. The rule is in your favor as the offensive player. Take the slide. Yes, it's going to start where you start your slide. That's where you're going to be down at, but it keeps the clock running.
4th and 2 for Safford. 5:33 left to go.
4th and 2 coming up, and we're just going to go ahead and say this is the last gasp defensively for the Morenci Wildcats. They've got to shut it down. Wisman in that pistol. Expect handoff here. Player in motion. Wisman's going to keep it. Got to contain them. They do not. First down, Bulldogs. Let's move those chains. That's the sound of the men moving all the chains in the gang.
Looks like he just gets enough for a first down. Chains will move. First down, Safford.
I think it was 26. Andrew Baker, who made the block. He blocked 2 guys on that play, and that's what gave Wisman the open space to get the first down.
That's how you avoid the up downs, by making double blocks like that.
Exactly.
New set of downs, gives the ball to Baker up the middle. Baker is going to keep pushing the pile. Baker gets it all the way down for about a 9-yard gain, down to the 8.5. That's going to be 2nd and short. For the stoppage in play, official timeout. It looks like we may have a cramping injury. So we do have a player down on the field.
Timeout on the field.
You know, I will say, Mark, you did point this out with Tombstone, where when the game's not going your way, all of a sudden those injuries kind of
start to pile
a little bit. And now the Morenci Wildcats are going to attend to one of their injured players. We will, again, of course, player safety being our priority. So we're going to just hope for nothing but good health for the young player on the field.
As a competitor, you want the opposing team's best out there.
Yes, 100%.
You don't want to win because they had injuries and all these things. Like I said on our show a couple weeks ago, I'm a Chargers fan. Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL playing against the Chargers on what would have been a game-winning drive.
Do you say Patrick Mahomes?
Well, he tears his ACL and he was on a game-winning drive, and the Chargers ended up picking off Gardner Minshew. And I was like, I wasn't as satisfied with that victory because I wanted us to stop Patrick Mahomes on a game-winning drive, not Gardner Minshew on a game-winning drive.
What's wrong with Gardner Minshew? No,
He's a backup. That's what he is. That's the problem.
Patrick Mahomes tore that ACL, probably like Brett Favre. I mean, Hall of Fame tear of the ACL. Absolutely.
I felt for him too because I'm actually a person who did tear their ACL, and the pain and the rehab of that is not fun.
Oh, we'll talk about that. 2nd and 2, hand off to Baker. Touchdown! Bulldogs.
Second touchdown of the night for him.
And there's the player to watch, Andrew Baker. He's toting him in. Wiseman gets him down there. Baker punches him in. And it is a lot to nothing. Safford on top of Morenci.
Oh, I'm behind on this.
36-0.
It's a running clock.
We are now at the ticking clock, as they would say in Team America. So here we go, 36-0. All Bulldogs. And the extra point is good. 5 for 5 tonight on PATs. And that is Crockett. We did get the kicker right. So Crockett, a sophomore. I love my kickers. And Crockett has been very impressive to the tune of 5 for 5 with some very good kickoffs. And again, all Safford, Mark. That's it. I mean, that's 338 and 348 and ticket. And I mean, unfortunately, our opening game is going to end with a little anti-dramatic ending.
That's okay. Sometimes that's what you need. Figure out what you got to work on.
Both us too.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
We don't want to. If we had an intense game, we'd probably be making all these mistakes because we'd be so involved in the game and we'd be so focused on little things, and we would miss the big things that are important in these close games. Gives us a warm up. Gives these guys a warm up.
You ready? You ready for Benson?
They get scrimmages. We don't get preseason.
Facts. Those are big facts. We were working today in your office, and my very first play call, I was like, "Oh, I need to work. I need to get back to work." Forgot about this because our last season.
We already got a running clock too, so just keep it.
As our last season was baseball season, and baseball is, well, let's just say the polar opposite of football when it comes to broadcasting. Where you can kick your feet up, and that's going to be ball one.
You know, I learned really quick broadcasting baseball and softball. Softball, the pitches come a lot quicker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Speaking of the devil, what a segue, Mark. That kick is going to be down to the 5-yard line for Morenci. Taken back and knocked down hard at the 15-yard line.
The kickoff team
Was Gunnar Barron. So he's taken down quickly. Here comes the Morenci offense. You said the word softball. We did have our 2A state champion head coach Trevor Ward in the house earlier. Wanted to get him over here. Unfortunately, he had to get back to Wilcox. He's got softball things to do. But yes, Wilcox Cowgirls are 2A defending state champions on the arm of what I have dubbed the LeBron James of American high school softball. That's Hattie McCumber. And there is no hyperbole there, folks. Hattie McCumber is the best high school softball player in the United States of America.
Yeah.
And she lives in Wilcox, Arizona.
Yeah, she made her presence known in the Little League World Series, which is going on right now.
Yes.
She
started in the Little League World Series.
She before she got to Wilcox High School and made her name known there, the world knew about her on ESPN in the Little League World Series. She has a Little League World record. 15 strikeouts facing 18 batters.
In the history of the Little League World Series, Hattie McCumber, your Wilcox State champion cowgirl, has the all-time record in strikeouts. That's all you need to know. Folks, this break in the action gives me a chance. As you're on your screen tonight, you have seen the Big Day Sale. That is something that we have available at Eastern Arizona Courier. That is once a year. And you can get in on the ground floor and reserve your space in the Eastern Arizona Courier newspaper, on the website, in the newsletter for the year for a ridiculously good price. You see my email address. You send me an email. I'll tell you how to do it. Let's get back to the action. Morenci with the ball. That's going to be a delay of game or a false start on Morenci. That's a false start. That's going to go back 5 yards. I mean, and this is just, you know.
Is that the first penalty for Morenci?
Second penalty of the game on the Morenci Wildcats.
Couldn't keep up, but we've been saying bulldog penalties a lot. So I wasn't sure.
But you know, that leads me to think that the officials are calling it correctly, because the team with the most penalties is the one that's up 37-0.
Yeah.
And so, as the years have gone on, I've become less of a terrorist to our officials and given the credit where credit is due, because that was a very hard job out there, a thankless job. Yeah, second penalty on Morenci, hands it off at the middle, nothing going. Number 9 for Safford there, Tyler Brogan in on the case. That's going to be a stop play at the line of scrimmage. And again, that clock continues to run. So we'll have a early ending tonight here in Safford, Arizona.
What's that other broadcaster? Is it Boomer? Tick, 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 tick,
tick, tick, tick, tick, tick, tick, tick, tick. And by the way, do you feel bad for Pat? I mean, yes, I know money. He has money. Do you feel bad for Pat McAfee as ESPN implodes and now it's just Pat McAfee 24 hours a day with a quick Stephen A. Smith break?
I am a huge College Game Day fan. When the season starts, before the clocks change around the country, 6 a.m., I get up on Saturday morning, even though I work Monday through Friday in the morning. I get up at 6 a.m. and I watch College Game Day. And my biggest concern, knowing Lee Corso was getting up there and retirement was coming for him, was who is going to replace, who's going to fill those shoes? Those are huge shoes to fill.
Yes.
He did the first ever headgear pick back in the early 90s or late 80s when it was only like a 1-hour show.
Folks, now we had a last running play there that did bring us to the end of the third quarter. And so that's going to be 37-0. Safford over Morenci. And what started ugly and just kept getting worse, Mark. So, I mean, Morenci, Coach Gonzalez, they're going to go back to the drawing board. But again, they're a 2A team. We are going to be seeing Morenci a lot this year on our stations. They're playing Wilcox, they're playing Benson, they're playing Bisbee. We're going to see a lot of Morenci Wildcats. We're going to see how they recover from this, what we're going to assume is an inevitable loss, and how they reshape and regroup going forward in their season.
Yeah, when you come into a season opener, it's very hard to look forward on your season after this. Especially if you don't score. It's hard to get the kids to come back next week on Monday. Tomorrow they're going to wake up and they're going to feel all these bruises and all those hits that they took tonight.
And no reward.
And there's no reward whatsoever. Like, their running back, what was it? Is it Jeremiah Cruz?
Yeah, they've had a couple of them, but yes.
He's going to wake up tomorrow and he's going to feel it and he's going to be like, I didn't even score one touchdown. Like, there's not even a highlight for me in this game.
And you got the broadcast team here.
Yeah,
3rd and 10 for
and it was
Morenci.
televised.
Yeah, you're on TV. 3rd and 10. Well, we call it TV World. Running play at the left side to number 5, Gunnar Barron, taken down in the backfield. That was number 29 on the tackle. I don't have it 20. Never mind. Jacob Gomez on that tackle. So that is 4th and long. Morenci's just got to punt this thing away on their own 14-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, for Morenci, it's hard because you have a young team, and to keep their heads up is going to be the hard part because they're going to be almost used to just losing now. You don't want to get players who are young used to losing.
Yes. But again, they will regroup. Coach Gonzalez is a lifetime Wildcat. Good punt. Oh, it takes a big Wildcat pass down to the 40. Picked up by number 7, Samuel Alvarez. Alvarez gets taken down at the Bulldog 45. Ball came out, but he fell on it.
That's Juan Ramirez.
Juan Ramirez. I'm on the wrong side of my... No, it's my fault, Mark. Juan Ramirez, excuse me, on the return. That's going to get him up to the 45. Folks, stick around after this game. We will be going live on Eastern Arizona Courier. We're going to have an interview with Coach McNeil. He was waiting for it. We talked about it after his pregame interview. I said, maybe I see you after the game. He's like, no, you'll see me after the game. I was like, okay, Coach. So we will be down on the field. Again, shout out to my longtime running mate, my nephew, our cameraman, Seabass Davies of Buena Lore. Seabass, once again, manning the camera tonight, doing an excellent job as always. He's been with me from almost the beginning of this thing. Seabass, killing it as always.
He is killing it tonight. I'm very impressed by his camera work and the focus he has on the game. From experience being behind the camera, especially when you're not talking,
especially in a game like this, it gets boring to work the camera. Like it's not as easy as everybody thinks it is. Especially, and it's hard in intense games too because you want to see the intense action.
Yes.
So it's never gets easy for you.
Speaking of thankless jobs, the cameraman.
That's a job that it takes a special skill and a special patience and
Patience. Oh, and it frees us up to blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know, do all the things that we do.
I actually feel like I'm enjoying the game.
Right?
Last year I didn't feel that.
Right?
I didn't, and don't get me wrong. Last year I got to broadcast a couple games with my brother.
You got to learn on the job.
But I got to broadcast with my brother, and that was probably the best thing that I got last year. Was my brother and I didn't get to play high school football together, but we watched football. This year we don't get to. He's in the Navy now. He's over in Pensacola. But this is the first year it's football season that me and him are not together. And to be able to still
You got
enjoy
me,
the game,
baby.
and I get to talk to somebody who knows the game of football.
I do.
And that's like I loved doing it with my brother and broadcasting and everything. But I'm happy that this is my replacement.
So yeah, again, big shout out to Seabass Davies. Also, Gila Valley Embroidery. Boy, do they! If you want a custom hat, I already got one on the way. If you want a custom hat with anything on it, a custom shirt, a custom anything, Gila Valley Embroidery in Safford, Arizona, and they welcome all comers. They do such fine work, Mark. Such fine work.
I'm very particular on the hats I buy. The hat that I got today I got yesterday, and it still wasn't the hat I really wanted. It was just because it fit the color scheme that I was looking for. Last year I had to suck it up and wear a black hat with the Nike logo instead of a white hat with the black Nike logo. I'm going to be definitely reaching out to them and finding a hat and having them make me a hat. I will be wearing that on the broadcast and on our sports show on Tuesday on Herald Review Media.
New possession for Safford. Looks like they're just going to run this thing up to that, like you said, run out that clock.
It's
about
a
a 5
clock.
about 5 yard gain here for the Bulldogs. Up the middle, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, this second half's going to go by the blink of an eye. They could do their whole offense technically is wide open with a ticking clock. If they want to draw up some pass plays they want to experiment with, they could do that. Maybe they don't want to this early in the season because it's going to give film to other teams, and show them a little bit of what they can do. But you'll run a little bit of something that you want to work on in practice and use that in a live game, or put a player in that's kind of young, just to give them some experience.
2nd and 5 now for the Bulldogs. And good plays in the backfield. He was hit originally by number 51, Andres Aguilera. Good defensive play for the Wildcats. Now, Mark, we have a little time left in this game. We have not talked enough about the Bisbee 1000.
Bisbee 1000, one of the greatest events that we host.
In Arizona.
Yeah, I mean,
in Arizona.
Yeah, just in Arizona. It's in October 17th. You can still register today at bisbee1000.org. It's open right now. We've opened it up to 1,500 runners. We are probably.
What did you say the time was last year? 27 and a half?
27 and a half to 28 minutes. I always joke with my boss saying that I want to run the Bisbee 1000. She says, no, I have to work it. And I said, what if I train all year? All I got to do is run it in 27 minutes because it's not over in 27 minutes. I could be first place.
Oh, I like that. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Bulldogs. Hand off. Goes to number 33. I don't have a 33 on my roster, but he's gone.
Breakaway.
Oh, see ya. Touchdown. Bulldogs. Oh, he was ghost.
I'm gonna say that's because he's not on our roster. I got this from AIA this morning. This wasn't something I picked up last year.
I'll show you where to get. I'll show you where to get the roster.
It's probably Max Preps, but AIA normally takes it from Max Preps.
Right?
So
but again, there could be a lot of freshmen, underclassmen on that field.
That's what I want to say. I want to say that was a younger craftsman. They got up on the scoreboard and they said, you know what? Let's give a young guy some experience and see what he does. And he breaks away on a 40-yarder.
Extra point. Good. The unspoken heroes of the teams, the kickers, Gunnar Crockett. Now 6 for 6 on extra points.
Don't hate on kickers. Have you seen what
I love my kickers.
Have you seen what NFL kickers make? Any high school student that makes fun of them being, especially if they're just a kicker, look what they make in the NFL. Look what they make in NIL in college now.
I challenge you to take a football on a tee to the 20-yard. No, not you. I challenge you, anybody at home that doubts a kicker, take a football on a tee to the 20-yard line, kick a 35-yard field goal. I'll bet you don't get 1 out of 10.
Hey.
I'll bet you don't.
Bring it back to Pat McAfee. On College Game Day, he has them kick a PAT to show
From
how
30
hard.
from only 30 yards.
Yeah, to show how hard it is to kick a PAT.
Or not, 27 yards. Yeah.
Point after touchdown kick, and he's forking over $500,000.
Yeah, because they're picking soccer players out of the crowd.
But you have the chance.
Well, yeah. But the point is, folks, kicking is hard.
It is hard, very hard.
Very hard.
Punting is hard.
Yes, very hard. Here comes Crockett with that boot.
Do it.
Look at that boot. Das Boot. Down to the 15-yard line. That's going to be picked up by number 2, Braden Mason.
He slips up and
He's going to get tackled right around the 25-yard line. Just about 6.5 minutes left. And folks, I'm going to have one last chance tonight to remind you. You see the business logo for sweet Gila Valley embroidery on your screen. Your business logo can be on that screen too. All you have to do is email my email on the screen. I will tell you how to get us to talk about your wonderful business, how to get it on the screen, and how to be a part of our Eastern Arizona Courier sports going forward.
Even if it's just for a specific high school.
Yep.
You can say we have packages for that.
Yep.
So if you want to do a specific high school, if you're like, hey, when is we have our schedule planned out for the season. We're having to share between Gila Valley and Cochise County. But if there's a team that you want us to,
if you want to sponsor Pima, we got you.
We'll tell you the game we're going to be at, and we will have your logo on that specific game.
We got a couple of Go Noahs in our chat. We've identified number 33. That's going to be Noah. So Noah with a 55-yard run to Pater and breaking the back of the Morenci Wildcats. Just over 5 minutes left to play here. Thank you everybody that joined us on our first of many broadcasts on Eastern Arizona Courier. Lots of fall sports, and once winter and spring come around, boy oh boy, we're at games every day, Mark. We are at games every day come winter and spring. And that's going to be handoff taken down at the line of scrimmage. Let's identify number 78 for Morenci. That's going to be DJ Lacano on the tackle.
Want to apologize to everybody watching at home. I forgot to start the clock after the injury timeout, but I fixed it.
Oh no, that's fine, Mark. We'll call it away. 4.5 minutes left, my friends, on a ticking clock.
It's fixed on the score bug.
Oh, perfect.
I forgot that I stopped it. They're throwing T-shirts. I want one.
Here come the shirts.
Throw me one.
Here come the shirts. There is a party in Safford, Arizona. You know who had a party? I did. The night that Justin Gagey smoked Ilya Taporia on the White House lawn. Cheers. I had a party. I know that I'm in Safford, Arizona. I might be Justin Gagey's biggest fan. What he did to Ilya Taporia, I called it. As soon as he went for the single fake uppercut technique, I was like, oh, that arrogant little kid is in trouble tonight, baby. And boy, oh boy, he did to Ilya Taporia what he did to Tony Ferguson. Took that belt home to Safford, Arizona on the White House lawn. I'm going to tell you a story about that. My friends, we have an injury timeout. So I am going to tell you a quick Justin Gagey story. So Dana White was talking about this. When fighters get the main event, at any event, fighters have requests. I want my co-fighter on the card. I want this. I want this. Dana White said, Justin Gagey, when he was asked to fight on the White House, he had one request. Can I have my mom and dad? Because there were no fans allowed. It wasn't anything else. Can I have my mother and father, who got me here, next to me in the octagon after I kicked this arrogant little punk's butt? And that was his only request. That tells you what you need to know about not only Justin Gagey, but Safford, Arizona, where it is a hardworking blue blood community. And by the way, the other thing that I was talking with our young Wilcox Cowboys about, humility. staying humble. You know why Elliott? Oh, there's several reasons why Elliott lost. Because he was arrogant, and Justin wasn't. And humility. That's me a handoff on the left side. What a run for the Wildcats. That's going to be the freshman, Gunnar Barron, for about 18 yards. And this is the furthest drive they've had all game, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, they're still in their own territory. They got to move a little bit more.
And we're looking for some positivity for the Wildcats here.
No, I'm not holding anything back. No, they're short of what they got in the first opening drive.
Marks wants more. He said, Morenci, I don't care what that clock says. This is football. I want some more. I want some more. I want some more.
Remember the Titans.
Amen. So here we go. I will be
favorite movie of all
I'll
time.
be falling asleep to that tonight. 2.5 minutes to play here.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. What are you talking about? It's football.
I gotta get up and come back to Safford tomorrow. 2 minutes to play. Handoff. Is that a fumble?
No,
it was not. That's just going to be Gunnar Barron for a nice run down to the 45-yard line of Safford. They did it, Mark. There you go. You happy?
They did it.
They got into opposing territory.
They did. They're at the 45.
Unfortunately, the first time tonight, the Morenci Wildcats have seen the other side of the 50-yard line. And the moon is now out, folks. Oh, it's football season, Mark. We can take a deep breath. This one's over. You folks stick around. Eastern Arizona Courier, we will be interviewing Coach McNeil after the game.
Morenci might have lost 44-0, but their bus is probably one of the best buses in Arizona.
My nephew noticed that when he pulled up. He was like, look at that Morenci bus. And there we go, Gunnar Barron.
Fumble.
That one is on the ground.
And it's Safford Bulldogs.
And folks, if you want a single play to tell you about what happened here in Safford, Arizona, that's it. Another turnover for Morenci, their 5th of the game, and that's going to do it.
The only way you can turn the ball over when you're run heavy is by fumbling the ball, and you've done that five times?
5 turnovers tonight for Morenci, all off the hands of the running backs, and we're going to snap this thing in victory formation and call it a great night. Thank you, everybody, that joined us on Eastern Arizona Courier tonight. Again, our first of a lot of games that we have for all of our teams up here in Graham and Greeley counties.
Morenci fans for making the trip.
Thank you to Wilcox Cowboys for coming in and saying hello to us.
Get home safe.
Get home safe. Everybody that is enjoying this. Mark Spurs, any final thoughts tonight?
I like the intensity Safford started the game with, and they kept it to the whole game. After, like we said in the pregame, 2-8 last year. They actually lost to this Morenci team last year, and we've said about it. Morenci's a 2A, they're a 3A. When you're a 3A school, anybody below you, you don't want to lose to. And they kind of had that last year where they saw their season, and it was like, this is the kind of season we're going to have. We lost to a 2A school, and to come out, home opener, put on the show that they put on for their fans. Next Friday or Thursday, whenever their next home game is, I will not be surprised that they will have a packed home crowd again.
Again, folks, thank everybody once again that joined us on Eastern Arizona Courier. Stick around. We're going to go live, hopefully with Coach McNeil in just a couple minutes. But for Mark Spurs, I'm Dave Davies. We will see you tomorrow night in Benson, Arizona.
Thank you guys so much for watching.